always gonna be a reference hidden in there somewhere, and I love that. I love that for us. It's amazing.
Much like the transition was hidden, as we are now live.
Well, now,
But
everyone.
David didn't say anything incriminating.
Hey?
Everyone, please welcome. Or should I say, welcome back to Champs Challenge. My daring
Champs, yeah.
challenges.
Yeah, champs.
Although
Oh, man.
it appears we have a little change of mental scenery, as we are no longer in the old city of Roan Acaduil. No. That great bastion of chaos and freedom has been torn asunder by long-forgotten evil and malicious usurpers. The demon hag, Mal, and her supporters finally had the whole of Rome within her clutches. But with the help of a band of homegrown heroes, total destruction was avoided. We turn now to New Roan, a city divided, but a people united by courage, fear, and a thirst for vengeance.
I love
welcome
vengeance.
to session 0. You do love vengeance, don't we all? It's a dish best served cold, and what better place to serve that dish but in Pool?
Ooh.
The new setting, a frigid land of joy and frost.
I like joy.
And a little bit of discontent.
And I like dispatch.
I guess that.
This is a nice little session 0 we're gonna have just to like kick off the adventure, when we're just gonna try and build those bonds, because this is 10 years after the events of last season, the final events, where the old city that we had played so many sessions, walking its imaginary streets and finding all its little dark and dirty little secrets. That place is now destroyed. It is now complete and utter ruin. And but a lot of your, most of your party members from that day live on and continue within the world, trying to do their best to give the survivors a fighting chance. And those survivors are y'all.
Who?
Y'all!
Oh, shit.
As well as many other, like a few million people. What did I say? It's right.
Say we're not special or something?
No, you are. You are, because we're
Okay,
looking
at
at
least.
you. We're watching you. So you're special in that way. But no, there's 6 million other folks who have survived and come to join the Luton in New Roan Acaduil, which was Pool. Now Pool is just another district within. And I don't know if we can pull up that map, but we will be able to show you guys what it looks like. 10 years after you guys originally visited Pool as your old characters. And so maybe you guys want to just introduce your characters now. We can start with Peter.
With me?
The most beautiful.
Hey. All right, where do I begin? Name?
Yeah, man.
I'm
What's
playing
your name?
as the new Faroth. He is a black dragonborn from the wilderness. And he is a wizard cleric, or a cleric wizard, if you want to get technical.
And we do.
Yeah. What kind of secrets are we divulging today?
So here's the thing: is that you guys have been friends for the better part of 9 years.
Yeah.
You guys have all known each other. So whatever secrets you think you would have divulged, I want you to be open with and divulge the things of your past that you might have said over this last decade. Now, this last decade was you guys, basically, you were, and I can re-explain some of this for Shy when she gets here, but basically, you guys were trauma bonded, especially Venue, Kumbo, and Ura. So Simon, CJ, and Peter, your characters, who were kind of like rescued a little bit simultaneously. You you guys were brought into the palace early on from your respective districts where you were residing. You were able to make it into the palace district, and then you were like all ushered into the Archmage's Academy. And because you were all of fighting age and fighting capabilities, so determined by by Roan in that time of crisis, you were kind of thrust back to rescue Rexford and Brobot. And that happened very early on. There were many rescue missions that were going back and forth from Poole, from the Archmage's Academy at that time. So yeah, any secrets that you would have divulged after this, and then your time together in Poole has mostly been living together, helping each other kind of like rebuild your lives, helping the community rebuild your lives, and you're also like there's a mandatory militia service now, and it's like kind of cyclical in New Roan. People have to be trained because the fear of Mal is always there, basically. And so basically you guys are now in military service under the direct lead of Simon's character's eldest sibling, a paladin fighter by the name of Vodos. She is the eldest of the siblings of Ura. She leads the battalion.
The heavy riser.
The heavy riser.
All right. Well, I guess I'll give it chronologically. Things that people would probably know. I mean, after 9 years, there's a lot of time spent together. Venu was kidnapped or egg-napped as a hatchling. He grew up in sort of this remote clan in the wilderness of the world, and it was raided by another dragonborn clan that took all the children, all the eggs, and brought them to their clan in the frigid north. And Venu was raised there, but he was raised sort of like as a child soldier, meant to be, worked into like a warrior for this clan from a young age. But he was a bit shunned by the other hatchlings and the other dragonborn of that clan because he lacked sort of the very warrior features and like strong features present in many dragonborn. So he has very like smooth scales. He doesn't have jagged teeth. He doesn't have any horns or spikes. His tail is kind of thin, and he's very kind of frail looking compared to the others. And they even dubbed him the harrowed hatchling. And so he was bullied. He had a terrible time there, so much so that they even tried to kill him. And that would be information that I think he would share over time. And
Would he
eventually,
be, like, nonchalant about it, or would he be like, was it like a traumatic?
no, I
experience
think
or-
it certainly was, but in his own way, like he kind of needs to talk about it. So yeah, I think he's comfortable sharing that aspect. There's definitely aspects he's not comfortable sharing. So maybe some more details and things like that he never got around to. But he had to fight for his life essentially there from a very, very young age, and eventually he had to escape. He had to run away, and so he survived on his own in the wilderness for a very long time before he eventually made his way to Roan. Maybe somewhere along the way he met some other travelers and traveled with them for some time before reaching the Grand Line and getting into the city. And from there, his life completely changed. That past sort of disappeared, and he was able to sort of stick his nose in some books, study his magic, and develop his skills as a wizard. So he got familiar with the city and mostly the clerical district and the Archmage's Academy, and until the calamity happened, and he had to survive, in that city for a time. Or did we leave at the same time as the Archmages, or we also rescued, like the three of us, Kumbo, Ura, and
You were like ushered. You left at the same time as the Archmage's Academy. I'm gonna say the three of you actually did leave at the same time.
Okay,
As
okay.
the Archmage's Academy. You were kind of ushered in, and as you were kind of like gathered with a bunch of like scared other people, like kind of like pressed into the walls of the palace. Actually, before going in, you guys kind of like saw each other and latched onto each other. Just kind of had like an instant like. You were grouped together, and like maybe one of you stopped the other from getting trampled, and like or helped the other one up, or like something like that, and you made your way into the Archmage's Academy when it was, and you guys just kind of stuck together ever since because you were running basically together just by happenstance, but you were surrounded by nobody you knew at the time. There was like it was just all strangers, but you guys kind of survived and were able to make your way through together, and then eventually finding Ura's family, remaining family.
So resilient.
Yeah, I think that's great. After, then we would have spent some time in Pool for a number of years. So that's kind of like chronological backstory of Venu. In terms of other things that the characters, the other characters would have seen, his magic. He has some strange manipulation over like light and darkness, and he can, interact and take control of the dead. He's a necromancer. I don't know why that was so difficult for me to say. So that's what he studies.
Secret?
No, not at all. I don't know why. I think part of me is like, careful what you say, but like, no, it's just
he raises.
Yeah, he can manipulate the souls of the dead and use their souls for a number of different magical effects.
Skelly boys.
So yeah, and he can do that to like heal or raise the dead, or different types of effects. But he is also a bit of a cleric, so his job in this militia would likely be a healer. He's very frail. He wears like a half plate to keep himself safe.
I don't know if you remember that you actually have a very special job because your power is known to the higher ups to a certain extent. And so you are actually meant to collect the souls of the forgotten and prepare the bodies while you're on active duty. Like if you lose people, you're supposed to like safeguard their souls for their respective burial, resting ceremony, whatever. And if you can the bodies, but the bodies aren't the priority, obviously in a life or death situation.
Yeah. Okay. That's perfect. So, that is perfect.
Yeah, you could even actually have like as such, I'm going to say you have like a bag of holding, but it looks like a small coffin. And you can like store things and bodies.
All the bones.
Overflowing with bones.
Yeah.
So rich.
Which are money.
Yes.
So are worms, but worms are really hard to come by here.
But you could split them, so you're all good.
That's true. Worms
in a frozen tundra like Pool,
Well, extremely valuable.
Yeah, what about worms with a U?
Worms with a Y?
No, is it Y? Well, there's worms with a Y, but aren't there also worms with a U?
There's worms with a U, which is like purple worms.
Yeah.
Like that's
look at those worms.
Worms.
And worms with a Y is also scary.
Yeah, those things
Baby
are
worms.
Worms with a U are like gigantic, like earthworms. Worms with Y are the dragon kind.
Yeah, exactly. Both terrifying. Both you don't want to have to pay something with. That's like an awkward. How do you carry that in a wallet? You know what I mean?
That's true.
Wallet of holding.
Little coffin.
Wallet of
Rexford.
dirt.
Rexford, wallet of holding.
Ooh. I just call that a buff lad. What do you mean?
Yeah, that's right. of course.
Item. Hmm?
Yeah. So that's what you'd be. That's kind of your duty, and but like you are part of like the medical kind of division.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Excellent.
Cool.
Oh, yeah,
So
that's me.
I mean, I guess next I'll just go. Chi, you want to do your character, CJ? If you're ready, you're muted.
Again.
Oh, there he is.
Yeah, I like that Barris laugh you gave us right at the beginning.
And everybody,
So
I'm sorry, I'm
funny.
a frog. I know I'm a frog today.
I was wondering what that was at the beginning.
I
Peter
know, I
just
read
said
the
the
thing.
frog. Yeah, he
Ribbit.
explained everything.
I'll get a new mic. I don't know what's going on.
No worries. I would be playing Adityo Kumbo. For everyone in the audience and everyone in the game, think of it like Ade, Ade, and then the next two letters are just T-O, Teo, and then Kubo. Ade, Teo, Kubo, Adityo Kumbo. But you can call me Kumbo if you feel so inclined. I am not a black dragon, but a black man. Hailing from the
Just as
Ashlands. Hailing originally from the Ashlands, with a 2-episode appearance in Ash and Blood, Kumbo was someone who, for a very short amount of time, worked under the man who we all came to know as the bastard himself, the one, the only.
Say it. Say
I
the
can't
name.
say it. I can't.
Say the name.
I won't. I cannot. It
Izana.
is a name I cannot
You
speak.
forgot it.
Yes, Izana.
Yeah,
His true name.
they're freaking
I cannot
Yasuke.
speak.
Yasuke hates.
No.
We
no.
hate Yasuke. Gates.
A man
right.
is dead to him. This man himself turned out to be a piece of shit, corrupted by Mal
Hit the tail.
herself. He enacted change in the Ashlands that was unforeseen, that nobody had ever planned for. And so this was an action that could not go unanswered. The Ashlands had to respond somehow to this threat that came from overseas onto their front door. And so that action comes in the form of Kumbo. He wouldn't divulge exactly how. I think leaving the Ashlands is still, by the time that he left, it was still a rare thing. So it's not information he would have divulged. But he came from the Ashlands, working for Sarasuko, looking for magical items, perhaps historical magical tomes, anything magical that could give him information, pretty much. And Sarasuko was a good option to take when looking for jobs. He lived in Roan for a while, living with a roommate, really just nose to the grindstone until the attack happened. And he was forced.
You know who your roommate was? You know who your roommate was? You know who your roommate was? What was Jay's character's name?
Carunculus?
Rumple.
Oh, Rumple
Rumpelstiltskin.
Foreskin.
Rumple.
Force.
He's always in the bath, so you basically
was-
had the whole apartment to yourself.
He was your roommate for a time.
Very nice, actually.
Rumple.
He always paid on time.
Well, he's the only one who paid. And when the attack happened, he also had no choice but to join in the fight and help out those who were able to help. He kind of kept that up over the last 10 years, taking a more official role as being a part of the army, an active member, most likely with no say and no influence, but still. It's a role that he wears well and that he holds in high regard. He thinks it's a noble cause to take up. So someone like Ura would definitely gain his respect. He is 6'2". Yeah, let's go with the physical descriptions here.
6'5".
Hey.
6'2", 190 pounds, 27 years of age. His skin is actually like dark purplish gray, like it's just like blue black almost. His hair and his eyes are both this golden color, which hails from his paladin heritage. He is a paladin warlock, or a padlock, if we're being specific. And through all of his actions that are guided by the principles behind his oath, there is one sentence that rings true, and that is, by any means necessary. And so if that doesn't clue you in onto what sort of alignment he might have, well, I guess you'll have to stick around and find out. But other than that, he's a good old boy. He's I don't know, what else is there to say about this man? What else would you know?
Well, yeah, you said you were working for Sarasuko during like your time in Roan. You were living there with Rumpel for a time. And then yeah, I think you've pretty much covered your bases.
Yeah.
Unless there's anything you want to.
He does have a special connection to Varu Farath. Vanu? Did I write Varu by accident?
The new.
Oh, God damn it. Well, at least we got it, session 0.
That's why we have
changed. He has a connection to death, different than Vanu, but it is like a cultural thing for him. So he holds this respect for someone who has the job of basically collecting souls and respecting them and treating them with care. I think that's a very noble job in his eyes. So that is a hopeful friend for the campaign.
I wonder how he feels about
Yes.
Rexford and his job of collecting money.
The job
Rex-
isn't making money. Money is a consequence of the job.
Consequence.
I think we've argued about it so much, or not even argued. Like I've argued, and you've just given like whimsical responses. So it's just like agree to disagree. What like it is what it is.
It's hard to
After
fight
10
over
years.
continental breakfast. You know.
That is true.
Have the plate over an eggs Benedict and tell me your argument.
And yeah, that's me.
Michigan J Frog is in Champs too. I love that, Simon. That's amazing. You gotta say that shit out loud. I need to hear that from your lips.
The ragtime gal himself. Who's
Hello, my
next?
baby. Hello, my honey.
I mean, Rexford, do you want to be next?
Oh, absolutely. If you're asking if it's being demanded of me. Hello, yes, I will be playing Rexford Lipton, an all-round good boy who always brings fairness to the forefront in everything he does, of course. The fair landlord who's supplying warmth and shelter to all these good people here. So any grievances they might bring up, purely conjecture, I assure you. The swimming pool is not frozen, by the way. It's out of order due to tenant negligence. Yes, I am a paladin as well, but also a rogue. A large, well-dressed, I guess lion, but sort of hound doggish man standing at 6'2", a broad build, a deep, threatening yet soothing voice. His dark fur, large, well-kept mane, and then that sits tucked under his tight collar. He always sports a nice three-piece suit. You're not sure if it's a different one every day, but it's pristine all the time. I used to run a lounge in the old city of Ruin of old called the Cool Bastion, taking from one of my old descendants who was the former leader of a company called Prequire Squire. I took a little idea from them and started a lounge where, for lack of better words, rent out buff lads for different events. Yes, and they'd work there and mingle. You could come and ask and rent. If you need a party favor, a singer, just waiters. They're the best lads in the city and the most gorgeous. And that was a pretty successful venture where the upper echelon of the city would come, the likes of Radius Steele, Gustavo Sleeman, Pale Kim sometimes. And until the calamity. And unfortunately, I forced the boys to work overtime to come up with new innovative ideas. And when I woke, I could only find my right-hand man, Bronk Hines. Sad times. Sad times. They're being helped by Brobot. Oh, yes.
You didn't find Bronk Hines. You found Bronk Hines only like months after you had been rescued. He was already in pool. He was already being rescued.
Oh, that's even worse.
You were completely alone with Brobot until you were rescued.
Oh.
And you were even alone before you found and reactivated Brobot for a time.
It was sad. Just me and my thoughts. Actually remembering a particular battle a little bit before the...
It wasn't just you and your thoughts, because there were like evil, like mal creatures roaming like just outside, and you had to stay like very quiet. You were also you were injured.
Yeah, nothing compared to the turmoil in my heart of losing my buff boys. Yes.
That still stings to this day.
Yeah, but yes, following that and the perils and meeting up, I turned a new leaf and gained a new motto as well. Fair is fair. And that's the way I lived ever since, after recouping, finding some artifacts from, who was it? General Manager Widget?
Not General Manager, Grand Mage.
No, Grand Mage Widget. Found some items, sold all that, hawked it, if you will, and used the money to build this beautiful complex, for lack of better words, of trees where everyone resides.
Oh, you know what? And I'll also say that, Kumbo, you probably had dealings with Widget as well. With the Grand Mage Widget in your past.
The general manager. Interesting.
The general manager. GM.
It
says, on his door, there's a plaque, and it's GM Widget.
I just always assumed it was general manager. He hawk-tooted for a price.
Sorry,
it's a name like bronchitis.
Yeah, he has a bad cough now.
Oh.
Yeah. And I think that's about it for me. I think I would be pretty upfront about the old life. I think I would talk about it quite a bit with fondness and trying to make it right. If there were any survivors, I'm kind of hope. I don't know if I've ran into any of the old boys, but probably not, other than Hines. And I try to provide a good living environment for everyone, and do good. It's really what I'm about.
And right now,
despite what Kumbo would try to make you think, he's just salty that I haven't made pancakes for breakfast.
I've been paying you for 10 years and I still have not... Where is this money going? I don't understand. You were supposed to collect and then I own the bill, but then you don't let me own the... Doesn't make sense.
Don't think about it. Just live, be happy. You don't want a door. I took down the door. They said it wasn't up to code. I had to put it back, but I provide things, you know.
He's gonna be pissed.
I put it back. I put it back.
Okay.
That's what he thinks.
Yeah. Just he's better after his morning exercise.
And what is he, apart from living as the landlord and operating his building, his residences, um, what does he do as far as, because right now you are also in your service period,
Yeah.
right? Like, obviously, you probably wouldn't sign up to be in the militia like full time, but as you're a resident, you have different points in your life that you have to basically voluntarily.
I think Rexford would try and concentrate on maybe like the training and some of the paperwork, because he did focus on trying to rise in the ranks of the Champs Challenge, not through like brute strength, but social status and cunning.
Right.
So I think that would kind of bleed over into what he's doing. Be training, trying to, getting people to regularly exercise, getting them on regimens, and doing paperwork and filing and doing bureaucratic things that they don't really want to touch within.
So you're like an officer. You're trying to be you're an officer.
Yes.
Okay.
But not too high up, because I don't want too much responsibility,
No, but just in the squad.
Yeah, yes.
Understood. And then I guess not last and definitely not least, Mr. Ura.
Well, that's me.
That is you.
All right. Ura has lived all his life in Roan. Grew up and basically around his family, who had been always part of the clerical district. And yeah, so his parents, his brothers and sisters, all kind of went through either becoming clerics or paladins. And he decided to become one as well. So he joined the order as young as possible and continued trying to, I don't know, make his family proud. But then, unfortunately, everything went to shit. And he lost some of them. Had to kind of make his own way for a little bit. Met Vanu and Aditya Kumbu. And then, by miracles of miracles, he met up with his sister, Vodos, who had been running, I guess, as you said, rescue operations from New Roan into the old.
Well, no. So at this point, what's happened? I'll say, is like when the attack started. You first of all, you and your family are like extremely lucky to have, for the most part, avoided the destruction of the clerical district. You guys were all out meeting each other for that for a fight in the in the uh, in the arena district.
Okay, so they hadn't actually been there?
They weren't there. None of you were there at that time. So what happened is one of your brothers had a fight in the arena district.
Okay.
Okay. And that's why you dodged the explosion from the clerical district. But later on, you were living in the Sorcerer's Springs. And as such, because you were displaced, and as such, You were separated from most of your family during the fall, during the catastrophe, and you were ushered by linesmen with Venu and Kumbo into the palace and then into the Archmage's Academy to teleport. And then you guys were part of
Okay.
the squad that would later rescue Rexford and Robot. Does that make sense?
So that means
You were
I
with
don't
them.
know what's happened to my family aside from Vodos, who I found.
You know, so what you know is that Vodos and Lazam are there. They're with you, and so is Tomas. Okay. So Duval is presumed dead, and Arthur died after the rescue in another venture into Rome.
Okay, so Duval and Arthur are presumed dead.
Are presumed dead,
Okay.
as well as your parents.
Gotcha.
I think your
Damn.
father. No, sorry, your mother is confirmed dead, and you
Jesus
saw
Christ.
As
you
well
saw
as
her fall. You saw her fall, and your father is unconfirmed.
Okay.
Yeah, and you're the youngest of the group, I think, here
Yeah.
as well.
Gotcha. All right. Good to know. I just wasn't 100% sure. Well, I mean, I knew
Yeah.
that I had lost them, but I wasn't sure how I had lost them. But cool. All right.
Basically, you lost them in the chaos and in the defense and self-defense of the city. Like your brothers were out, like they had jobs working as guards and as like security, and like one of your brothers was an arena fighter, So they had their own lives. They were older than you. All of them were. You're the youngest, so yeah, you were with your mother, and unfortunately, you guys were overwhelmed, and she fought for your safety, and you survived and were ushered by guardsmen that you didn't know into the city, and you kind of caught up with Venu and Kumbo, who I'm sure, like Kumbo, wanted to protect you, and probably he had already like helped Venu get up or something like that because he sensed the connection via the souls or something.
Ooh, we're cooking now.
All right.
That's why we're doing Session 0. I'm building these bonds. We
Yo.
got to build these bonds together.
My soul brother.
It's been 10 years.
Yo.
And then later you guys rescue Rexon and Robot from literal hell on Earth.
How did we manage that?
With the help of the rest of the battalion.
Look, it might be a little one shot sometime in the future.
Yeah, it absolutely could be, because Vodos' careful planning and execution, and I get the ability of Gustavo Sleeman's, and I have something else I want to
Information
read to you
network.
after Shai is able to join us.
Hmm.
That's just kind of going to talk about what's been going on since a little bit, like since the fall. But I want to give you guys a chance to explain your characters. But yes, so Sheens, anything else?
I guess he himself, a little description. It's more like a more slight build than you might expect from a paladin. 5'11" around, light brown hair, decently coiffed. He's a half elf mutation. He's got kind of these reddish eyes. From what you guys all realize is kind of a transformation from his more sorceress side, since he's the paladin sorcerer mix.
Dangerous.
And he's not one for heavy armor. He's very more a quick fighter rather than anything else. So he's essentially, I guess, not your stereotypical paladin in like large plate and sword and shield kind of thing. But yeah, he wears like more leathers and shield and a rapier. He goes around a bit lighter on his feet than you might expect, but he's very much because he's been brought up in more militaristic background. He is a bit more straight-laced potentially than the rest of you might be.
As straight-laced as they come. What are you talking about?
Straight-laced and
But I
pinstripe.
mean, over the years, he might have started to be a bit, influenced to, untie his laces a little bit.
Loosen up the buckles. Amazing.
Yeah.
Cool. So until Shy gets here, I want to like do like a little experiment and flex our role playing tools, and maybe we're just gonna do like a little like imaginary situation where this is at some point within the 10 years. You guys are on a simple patrol out. You're on like the shore of the water, just kind of like north. I'll say northeast actually of the hills. And it's kind of like the sun is setting. You guys are kind of like on an outcropping, so you can see the lights of the city. At this point, I'll say it's at least been like 6 years that you guys have known each other. So you guys are well acquainted. You're comfortable with each other. You've done this a lot, and the city is built up enough that you can see the lights of all the different businesses in the background. And so you guys like just sit around a fire. Maybe you're cooking sausages, but it's just a basic patrol, and usually these are more of a formality than anything else. The blizzard that was given by the ice star, the ice star has been returned to its spot in pool. So basically, pool it has been impenetrable, other than like a few school attacks, and like there's wild animals, and you could like fall in the ice or die of hypothermia. Like there are still dangers out there, but like for you guys as a group, there's not much to be worried about right here. These patrols never really aim for like get anywhere. Though you are near the hills, so it's like more dangerous than other places necessarily, because that's where the SAS schools are going to be. But yeah, so you guys are just sitting at a campfire basically. Maybe you have tents. I don't know how you guys prepare. You guys can decide that for yourselves.
Out in the cold.
It's not a terribly cold night. Like
But it can be though, right?
It's a cool breeze. It can be, but yeah, it can be, especially where you are. The closer you get to pool, the more temperate it is, generally.
Okay. Well, probably got a few extra blankets if we're out here in pool and not over in Roan business. Kind of wrapped up, shivering away.
Venu, you need to put some muscle on.
No, it doesn't work that way.
Some fat, at least. Does anyone have an extra blanket for Venu?
No, I'm sorry. I got this like thin little cloak, but like, if you want it, I can give it to you.
No need. I'll be fine.
Like
I'm naturally, I guess, cold blood, like warm-blooded. It's just I don't know. Got an internal fire going.
Could I have like a thermos of tea?
Do you have to ask for that?
Like just like pop up behind Vanu. Like tea? Mm. Nice and warm your soul, yes. Mm.
Yes, please.
And they like pour him a little. I only have the one cup, so we're going to have to share.
Oh, still very hot.
Yes, drink it while it's hot. It's good to feel the burn as it goes down into your stomach. That's how you know it's working.
All right. You don't have to stand behind me. Go sit down. I'll pass it on when I'm done.
Oh, sure, right. I don't want to make anybody uncomfortable. And I sit like uncomfortably close to Kenbu. Kumba.
Oh my goodness.
Benuferoth, you have a boon.
Ooh.
We're gonna
Carry
do.
over. That can carry over. That can carry over.
Thank you. You
For
mean
the
we're not doing rolls?
We might.
I'm ready.
You can keep your dice out. You can get your dice. I'm happy to do this.
They say in times of cold, it's good to stay close to each other. Yes. Cozy.
Yes, that is true. I could bring you in closer to me.
Look at that. We don't always have to
Is it
argue.
Rexford fur?
Yeah,
I'm wearing a
maybe.
suit. Yeah, that too. Yeah.
That warm.
So something you all would be given, as like your basic like militia, like almost like your rations, like your
Kit.
packs, would be like these little packs. Like they're like little pouches of what feels like sand, and if you just kind of like roll them up, you can tuck them. You can take like one or two of them and tuck them in your clothes, and it'll like heat your body, and it'll like radiate warmth. And these little, and you can put them in your feet if your feet are cold. Like you can put them in your shoes, like just like your boots and stuff. They're like little, yeah, exactly. But they radiate warmth, so they kind of like they're not good enough like to counter bad weather, but they keep you comfortable in like chilly kind of stuff like this. So it's like almost like it almost when you have them, it feels like you're close to a fire.
Oh, nice.
But you know, if you were to walk out in the blizzard with no clothes on and just holding it, like that wouldn't save you.
Good to know.
Just in case you wanted to try later on.
Stuff
Yeah,
in my
yeah.
blankets.
That's known.
Do you need my heat pads? They can help, you know.
All right, it's yours. Keep it. I don't understand. He doesn't have any fat on him either.
Who?
Ura. He's so lean.
Yes, but you, sir, are a lizard. It's not weather befitting of you. Yeah. So it's not your fortitude you're lacking, sir. It's just you're unequipped.
Will remind you I am a dragon, not a lizard.
What did I say?
Yeah, you said a lizard.
Hmm.
You know, I think I heard a story once about a lion and a wizard, and a lizard as well.
Was the lion dashing?
He was violent.
Well, that wouldn't be me. I wouldn't hurt a soul.
Well, in that case, wait, but why would it be you? In the first place.
I was well known. There could be stories of me.
Oh, we would have heard.
You know.
Well, I've heard stories.
Yes, oh, the glory days.
What did you hear?
Let's just say this is not the man that we know now, from what I hear. Used to be like the lion in my story. More cunning, violent.
What's a parley between workers of the Bod Light District? Words.
Words.
Fair enough.
What of you guys? You don't miss the old city? Pool isn't exactly everything we've had. You know, it's comfortable, but it's not Rowan.
I agree.
No, it's definitely not.
I didn't have to pay rent in Rome.
You probably did have to pay rent in Roan. You probably just did it, getting me heated, trying to be calm and cool.
No.
Actually, no, baby. No, yeah, no. Calm and cool. Calm and cool.
I miss that Rumpel. He was simple. He liked the water. He stayed in the water. When he left the water, it was to get more water, and then he went back in the water. And that was it. He left me alone. He did not ask me for payment every month. He did not make me wear an apron.
Why'd you need an apron now?
I asked him the same thing.
Hmm.
I didn't.
We
leave
can
it
all
on
see
the
the Lipton brand on my apron.
Brand name, of course.
Yes.
It suits you well.
It does. That's what I said. He looks so gorgeous.
Whatever.
With the flag flies high.
And did this no rent charging persons give continental breakfast at 6 a.m. to 6:15? Teas, honeys, little
No, he did
breads.
Oh, yes.
Did you just say you had 5 minutes of breakfast?
15, actually.
Thank you, Venu.
Mm.
You get
And-
15?
The number of
What?
times I've missed it.
Well, I told you, start your morning calisthenics earlier.
There's much laundry that needs to be done.
Told you dips gets the hips, but you won't believe me.
What does that mean?
You do your dips and you get the hips.
I think he means if you do things properly, you'll get what you want.
This man's a poet.
Kumbo, take the tea.
Thank you. Oh, yes.
No, let me top you off.
Is it just now like a complete solid chunk or
Self-warming thermos.
Gosh.
What is
I
this
would like
flavor?
you guys to make a perception check.
Oh,
For the flavor.
elderberry, a sage.
Like that freaking cat. Tasting every molecule. Perception? Just one of us?
All of you.
I got
all
an
of
8.
us? Perception?
Perception.
Not
Can
my
I
forte.
go grab Orly quickly?
Oh, yeah, I see everything.
Like that, wouldn't you?
I mean,
Damn. 12.
well, Rexford.
I got an
16?
Yeah, me too.
Too distracted by tea. You're
What?
too cold.
So 12, 16. 12,
And two
16,
eights.
and 2 8s. Okay, so the 2 8s don't hear anything. The 12, you hear the sound of a small child crying out. And the 16, you hear a cry, but you're not sure what it could be.
Okay.
It doesn't sound like a child to you. It sounds like more like an
Interesting.
animal.
There's something
It like that's
outside.
what you heard.
Yes, take your tea back. There's a child.
No, finish it. Go, finish,
Obviously a
finish.
child. Sound
No,
more
it's-
animalistic.
I'll finish it. It's fine.
I don't know what they're talking about.
No, I distinctly I heard a child.
How can you be sure?
My ears never failed me.
Can you hear it again? Or is it just that once and that's it?
So far, you haven't heard it again.
Your ears failed you when I put that door back on your building.
I'd rather go check to be sure. To be to make sure no one's in trouble. And I'm gonna attempt to head out and peer into, or I guess peer outside.
Are you in a tent?
Well, from wherever we were, I'm not sure if we were like.
You're just on an outcropping, like overlooking the city, like near the hills. You're
Okay.
overlooking the city, and you see like the basically the like if Peter on the can you or CJ, sorry, can you move the map slightly, just like
Yes.
to I guess the right? What I'm looking at is what you're looking.
Listen, it's a physical image, so it's not going to be as pretty as. Actually, wait. Let me do this first. Okay. Where are we? The Great Hills?
Yeah, we're like just to the right of them. Yeah, that's it. So like above there. So
Beautiful.
basically from there, from where we are, from where you are, you can see. I'm gonna say actually we're to the left of the hills. Yeah, to the left of the hills.
Yeah.
So you can see Daiquiri Town. You can see the academy floating above the lake. If you look all the way to your, I guess you're right at that point. It would be your, you would be looking at the hills and anyway. Yeah, you can see everything beneath you. The whole like sunset over the town, over the city of New Roan. So whatever you heard is coming from the hills or like the woods that are not too far from you.
I don't want to chance it. I'm gonna go check.
And it
I will.
does come back every now and again.
Hmm.
This noise.
Did you guys not hear that? It's
No.
right there.
I don't hear a thing. Pouring a little bit more tea.
Someone go with Ura. If you cannot hear it, I won't leave you here alone. But he should not go alone either.
I'll get up. Yes. All right, Ura. I'll go, my friend. I trust you guys wholeheartedly. If you think there's trouble, you have Rexford's shield. And I just tuck away my thermos and walk casually behind him.
He's gonna like set off at a jog.
Oh, yes. Brisk pace, my
However much he can do in the snow, I guess.
Can you roll me a survival? Just to see if you can follow the cries effectively.
Yeah, sure. Let me see. Survival. Oh boy, a big old +0 for survival. Oh, but not a bad roll. 15.
Okay, nice, perfect. Yeah, so you're able to kind of follow these to like a grouping of trees. Where you're at, the trees are kind of like sparsely grouped together because the mountains are so close, so they're starting to get kind of like just less and less trees. So you go a little bit to where they start to become more dense and larger grouping of them. Roll me another perception as you guys, and both of you can roll me perception. So you do travel for like 10 minutes, maybe like a 15-minute
Okay.
little jog. And you start to hear it too, Rex, for the cry. And the cry sounds more and more like a creature, but it is easy now to see why it could have sounded like a child.
Ooh, that's an
Kind of like
18. Perception.
I'm the other way. I got a 6. I'm losing it. I can't. I hear it, but it's rebounding from the trees.
Hold on, I think I see something over there.
Sorry, Rex, I didn't hear what your roll was. I heard the 6.
18.
Oh, yeah. So you spot in a tree a large raptor, like a bird, like this giant bird. It's blue-white, so very hard to see in this environment. And it's got large talons that are like 3 inches long. And its beak, you see it screeching, and its beak actually opens like 4 ways. And just kind of comes back,
Oh,
and it's just
some,
kind of like flapping there.
it's
Put the thumbs down quick.
oh, over there, some sort of large avian, this strange starfish beak seems to stretch. Do you see it over there, Ora? And I like point it out and kind of like stop so we could kind of hide a bit.
You got a boon, Rexford.
Ooh, thank you,
And,
Sheriff Daddy.
Do I see it?
Yes, with him pointing it out, you can spot it carefully. But it is like it's kind of under the shadow of a pine tree branch that's like covered in snow, and the snow that it's on a branch that has snow, and it's like kind of like just blending very, very well. Yeah.
And this is the creature we're hearing the sound come from?
Yes, you hear it, it's screeching, you see it screeching.
Oh, well, I guess if no one's in trouble, then I sorry for bringing you out all this way.
Well, don't be hasty. How hungry are you?
Well, it seems rather large to have heard it from 15 minutes away, but can you reach it from up there? From down here?
Perhaps not. And it is just vibing in its own home. One shouldn't
Technically
just.
the size of a medium creature, it is like kind of the size of a like halfling.
Pretty large
All right.
bird.
It doesn't seem to be that large. I might not be able to feed many people.
Well, we have rations. Maybe best to leave it be, or maybe observe for a little bit. Maybe it's hunting something or calling to something.
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't be able to understand what he's trying to say, but yeah. Is there anything around potentially that we can spot aside from the raptor?
Yeah, like is it looking at something? Is it?
It seems to be looking at you guys now and squawking still. If you look around, all you see is snow and trees right here. But it's monitoring you guys, that you know.
We may have intruded upon its territory. Maybe if we back away.
I was thinking the same thing, you genius. Hands up, back away slowly.
Backing away slowly.
Start backing away, and it takes flight.
Oh.
Towards us?
Up into the air.
Oh.
Okay.
Wait, would you think that's some sort of scout? Have we seen anything like this before?
Nope.
A scout for what?
Who knows? After seeing the fall of Roan, I feel like I could expect anything.
As you start to walk away,
We're still backing up, I think.
well, it flies off. You can't see it. I'm gonna say. So,
Okay.
as you kind of like start to back away, it dives down in front of you, but lands about 15 feet away. Lands right in front of you, on the ground, and looks up at you and kind of like hops.
Oh. Hello?
Ura, how good are you with animals?
I've never talked to birds before. I haven't ridden a horse either. I never really needed to in Rome.
And I find the things quite vile. Here, maybe see if it wants tea or something. I like give you like a cup of tea. Yeah.
I just hand it to it.
Yeah, just like put it down or something and say, "Here, bird."
Here, bird.
It's like
It squawks and it flaps 20 feet away and then lands again.
okay.
Did not like the tea.
Oh, that's a bird without manners as well. Terrible. I'd like take the cup. And good. Put it back in the thermos. Put it away. Your call, Captain?
I think, and now
maybe
don't
we
get me
can
wrong.
just-
Don't get me wrong here. I just want to establish this so you guys are your own squad in this like platoon.
Yeah, I'm not the captain.
You're not the captain. Rexford, you are second in command. You are the paperwork daddy. You are the
Paperwork
boy.
daddy.
The
Yes.
pen boy, absolutely. And
Scribe lad?
Peter is Kumbo, I'm going to say, of this squad. He is the one in the permanent military position. So technically, he is the highest rank in your squad.
Nevertheless, I still call him captain in this situation. You call captain?
That's more than fine.
Look, we were just hanging out with the other two. Maybe we can just walk around the bird and go back to them. You know, we still have to meet up with Brobot. It's probably best if we just leave it be, right?
Yes. Yeah. Excellent idea. We just keep
Just
an
start
eye
edging
out.
around it.
Yeah. Bird, no sudden movements from either of us.
Do we look at it in the eye, or do we not look in its eyes?
Let's look away. Look away.
Or do you look away and I look at it in its eyes?
We'll do shifts.
Okay.
You look, then look away, then I'll look and look away.
And we try and make our escape.
Understood. It squawks at you and kind of like follows along, but always on your kind of left, always on your, say, if you're heading back to camp from where you are, you're like southern side, like kind of a little bit towards the mountains.
It's just following us.
It's squawking, and it'll follow you all the way back to your camp.
I think I have some rations. Maybe I just want some food.
Yeah,
I'm gonna
maybe.
toss it some dried biscuit or whatever I have in the rations.
Yeah, it'll eat them.
Enough for us to slip away.
Can it be a
Slip
super
away.
dry sugar cookie?
Oh, that makes sense. Some mince.
That's why we need the tea to make sure that it's less dry. Maybe
but inevitably, it flies back and starts squawking at you again.
Oh, God.
Maybe it wants to lead us somewhere.
But I'll say you have enough time to get back to your friends. Like you're close enough now that like as you're discussing, maybe it wants you to lead you somewhere. You're like you can like almost smell the fire.
Venu, Adekumbo, we have company.
Yes, this beaked bastard seemed to follow us all the way back to camp. But now that I do look at him, he is quite gorgeous, blends in with the environment, striking blue feathers. Large beak.
Scout. He might be trying to lead us somewhere. He might just be looking for food. We don't know. Are
Did you
any of
ask?
you good with animals? I don't speak bird.
At this
And I hate them.
Oh, no,
portal
why did I?
opens
Oh shit.
right at the camp, right next to Rexford. This blue kind of like door pops open.
Take out my weapon.
Oh, don't be
So-
hasty. We don't know what they want.
Is
I have a
it?
feeling we've seen this before.
Yeah. Is
You've
it a
seen
portal we
this
recognize?
Many times over the last 7 years.
Yeah, but this
Okay,
time could be
here.
different. We have to give everybody a chance.
Rexford, you absolutely know because it signals. You get a signal when they're coming, like a magical imprint of robot, like announcing their arrival to you when they teleport to you.
Oh, it's robot. Oh.
And so
It
robot
totally
will
scares
walk
me.
out
Oh my god.
of the portal.
It's been like 6 years.
It scares me every time. I never use that pager. Who gives somebody
What's
a pager?
Pager.
Well, you guys didn't have one back in Roan? A little buzz? People know they needed to contact you? No? Or maybe it was just
None
for
of us
important.
ran an escort service.
Who's escorting who? I ran a lounge to the Cool Bastion. I told you about it 1,000 times. No one talks about escorting.
No, just renting out buff
Yes.
lads.
Some play piano, others can mix a mean drink. It's all in the brochures. Robot?
Brochures.
Yes. This damn
Painful.
portal always opens
Brochures.
so slow.
Brochures.
Yes. The fine bot of bro is here.
Brobot just walks out of the portal very robotic. Beep bop boop.
Doing their
Just
own.
like
Yeah.
doing like just like but it's like it's fluid enough, he walks, but it's slightly more stiff than it would be if a person just like other than hunting bird, I really don't understand any of the background right now, so can someone please just give me
You know what?
a
That's
quick
not. It's not even that important because robot wouldn't even know what's going on. Robot, you are arriving. You have a package. It's a package from Humphrey, and it's for Rexford. But we're not going to get into that right now. You don't know what's
Another citation.
Rexford does not
Oh.
know the package.
Wait, no, but
It's a
before
large. It's a large brown envelope,
that,
God damn it.
and but first, before we get to the large brown envelope, before we get there, I want Brobot, I want Shy, I want you to describe your character to us. I want you to describe your life before when you were in Roan Acaduil, and I want you to describe your life kind of after. And as you're going, I will rudely interrupt you and fill you in and correct you on your own backstory, just like I did with the rest of these
He
guys.
will. He will.
Yeah.
Hey, I love this because I'm just going to read exactly what I sent you.
I want you
and
to. I want you to read that out
like,
loud.
better than what
and
we did.
Robotically, please.
It's pretty good stuff.
The cold has gotten to his joints.
Before I even started speaking, that's why I was like, I need to know more because I plan to speak like a robot, and I'm reading the names on the screen, and I'm having a connection to
good
TJ's
luck.
name.
Adeteo Kumbo.
Adetokumbo. Like,
Hey.
Hey.
That has some pepper on it.
oh, that was rough. Anyway, so Brobot is the boy. He's the boy. If there was testosterone floating in his body, he would go because he's the boy. We love him, and he is based off of the game Portal, obviously, because we love portals and we think we're portals. He is. They aren't there, and the cake's a lie. So he is going to be a rogue robot. He is out for himself, as he thinks he is, but it's not really all that. It's not really as much as he thinks he is. He is a robot that is this what I sent you? This is definitely what I sent you. Anyway, his capabilities are utilized for transport of his creator, Humphrey, the powerful wizard in the Archmage's Academy, right?
No, not Humphrey. His name is Grand Mage Widget.
General Manager.
Grand Mage
Widget.
Widget?
Yes, Widget. But he worked in the Archmage's
he's dead.
Academy. His residence was in the Sorcerer Springs, and he is dead. Yes.
Yeah.
God rest
During
his
the
soul.
catastrophe of Rowan, the Wizard Master was killed by Mal's forces, Dun, dun, dun. Robot was damaged to the point of having to go into power-saving healing mode, kind of like Superman healing coma. He almost got deactivated. Later, the Archmage Academy relocated in order to merge with the surviving refugees from the attack, and Brobot was discovered amongst the rubbish. Sad. It was decided that he be refurbished by one of the party members. Dun, dun, dun. But only partly because he is not nearly as powerful. Brobot is not nearly as powerful as he once was, and he craves to have his capabilities, restored. Because Brobot was super unique, and that was basically the object of his praise. Like, he was just getting praise for being so cool. He was like, "Wow, I'm pretty awesome." He had an abnormal emotional surge of pride about the work, and he wants to get back to that level of awesomeness. Mal and the stupid world of combat are to blame. He hates them. And Robot completed simple tasks for the wizard, usually frequenting common stores to teleport goods to the main testing room, but also traveling long distances to make purchases because teleporting makes things easier. Was it legal? Maybe not. But he just brought things back without a trace through his teleporting portally powers. And yes, I have here who my buddy is. Does my buddy know that they're my buddy?
Yes. So you guys,
Yay!
I'll tell you that you guys, this is what's happening. Well, what's happening right now is that it's 7 years after Roan Acaduil. You guys are just on like a basic. They're on a basic little scouting, patrolling mission in the wilds. Nothing you guys haven't seen before. So you guys have known each other since the catastrophe for 7 years. Rexford, you knew loosely beforehand. He was an associate. You would have also known that Kumba, Adeteo Kumba, CJ's character, was an associate of Widget's, of Grand Mage Widget. And unbeknownst to you guys, but Grand Mage Widget is the direct rival of one Professor Doohickey. They kind of like do the same thing. He is a council member of New Roan, so he is important. Some of you might have heard of him.
You said Grandmaster Doohickey?
No, Professor Doohickey is the rival of Grand Mage.
Yo, Grandmaster Doohickey.
I was just trying to figure it out, because if it's a professor
okay,
versus his
yeah.
grandmaster, my boss was cooler. Okay.
This is the time to find out. Yeah, your boss was potentially cooler. You liked your boss. He was dope. He was kind of like a father to you in a lot of ways.
Like Geppetto?
Like Geppetto, exactly.
But not as cool as your new
And yes,
boss.
Your power before, as far as teleportation, was leaps and bounds. You could teleport. You were going to different continents, different cities at a whim. And during the catastrophe, you were during the collapse of your building, you were shut down. And Rexford discovered you and kind of like brought you back online, and you have been slowly regaining your power through working with Rexford and with the guys who saved you and Rexford. Because eventually, yourself and Rexford were brought from the ruins of Roan to Pool by the rest of your party members, and you joined their team.
So Robot comes out of the portal.
Yeah, that's right.
With the package. And just beeline straight to Rexford.
Right next to him. The thing about you have chosen him as like an anchor for your teleportation. So no matter where you are, you can teleport to Rexford. He's kind of like made this deal with you as like to help you grow.
And he freaked out from my portal?
He did. He always freaks out.
Every time.
Even though he has like a little pager that you gave him. It's actually part of your body that you took out of your head. You presented it to him, and it like buzzes every time you're going to teleport to him. So he's supposed to know, but it's still. But yes, you have this large envelope with him for him.
Yeah, so just step out of the portal and just turn very like harshly, and then jut it into his face, just like.
Yes. I assume another citation.
I've delivered, and you must open so I can confirm receipt.
You and always confirming receipts. Checking this, checking
So-
that. Fine. Kumbo,
Thank
you look at this. I'm sure this is your fault.
What?
Open it.
So at
Doesn't
this
have
You're
to
the
be.
one in charge of
at
all the
this-
paperwork.
At this point, guys, you are not living together. You're living in like
Oh.
the barracks.
Oh.
Okay.
As you open this envelope, what you read brings a smile to your lips, as it's an acceptance to begin building your project, to begin building the
not a
residence that you
citation.
dreamed of. It's an acceptance of the permit to begin construction. So now you've worked hard. All of you have kind of like you've saved money, Rexford, for this. You've
I
done
pawned a lot of things.
You've pawned things over the last however many
all
years, and you've
yours.
worked. Not all of them potentially yours, and you've gathered enough to start this project of building this residence. So I'm going to say 6 years in. This is 6 years, I'll say, and so 4 years later is where it's going to be.
By George, Brobot, you can confirm receipt. Do you know what this is?
And you just see like a little light go off, and he goes, "Yes."
Yes. Come on, more enthusiasm, Bot. This is our dream place. And I like show the acceptance.
Robot will show emotion. He will try and get into the yes, this is amazing, this is awesome.
Yes.
And he's just like moving his arms up and down. He's like, yes, let's go. But it's like someone who's really bad at dancing trying to dance, you know? It's like,
Raise the roof, indeed.
yeah, that's exactly it.
And I like smack the paper. Lads, no more slumming in sweaty barracks. Soon, I'll have a moderately, slightly, probably a little run down, but a little comfortable place for everyone to stay. And I
Like
made sure
barracks?
the Lutons are in on the construction because you have to give back to the community. You got to give.
Who else would build the building?
I'm sure someone from Rowan would want the job, and they probably do it twice as fast. But we got to give back.
I don't know.
Congratulations, Rexford.
Thank you. But really, it's
Spoken
probably all
endlessly
thanks to
about this.
Brobot. I really wouldn't have survived that whole calamity without this robotic reassurance.
But we do know that Robot has definitely saved our hides.
More
Multiple times.
times than I could count.
But back to this bird.
Oh,
Yeah,
yes,
as you
the
guys have been
bird.
doing this, it's been squawking incessantly, getting more and more dramatic.
It won't stop squawking.
Brobot, do you speak avian?
Or animal or something.
Do not. I do, however, speak Dwarvish, Elvish, and thieves can't.
What was that
I don't know
last
what that
one?
Thieves can't. That's what it said.
Thieves can do anything they put their mind
Right.
to. Don't sell
That's
yourself
true.
Can't actually, no, they can't.
short.
Alright, so no one can understand this bird.
You tried feeding it. What does it want?
I did. I gave it
Squawking is
some
flapping in circles.
dried sugar cookie. Or cinnamon snap. I'm not sure which. They look the same. It ate it and continued following.
Shoo, bird. Go away. Just like walk up to it. Like, go.
Yes,
Smack it.
leave
Go.
us alone.
No, I feel like you're just antagonizing it now.
Oh,
Shoo.
It's standing there, or it's like hopping, and then flaps its wings a couple times and lands back. hops around squawking constantly.
All right. I go right up to it. Bird?
It shoots back like 20 feet and lands back, squawks.
Maybe
I
we
keep-
do follow it.
Well, yeah, I think.
Would you like me to bring it closer?
If you could try.
True. Brobot can teleport behind it, maybe, and surprise it.
Here, I have this net. Give Robot my net.
Why do?
Process. Let me just make sure I can do what I'm thinking. Hold on. How far away is the bird?
From you, I'll say the bird right now is maybe 40 feet.
4.
40.
Okay, is either I can portal or I can catapult shoot a net over that will probably catch the bird and keep it from moving.
Oh, well, that one, of course. B. Option B. Or 2? Never quite learned to figure that one out.
The net
Okay.
would be fine.
Choose one object weighing. Okay, I'm going to use catapult, my level 1 spell. Choose one object weighing 1 to 5 pounds within range that isn't being worn or carried. This net. The object flies in a straight line up to 90 feet in a direction you choose before falling to the ground, stopping early if it impacts against a solid surface. If the object would strike a creature, the creature must make a dexterity saving throw. On a failed save, it strikes the target and stops moving. When the object strikes something, the object does damage. So I don't want it to do damage to the bird, but I will have him load the catapult into his arm. He's just like, wind the net into his arm, right? And he winds it up,
100%.
and he takes aim, and just boom, launches.
Sure.
And
So
nets
what
don't
do I
do
have to
damage
beat?
either.
Well, I'll tell you right now that I rolled a 4, so
Ooh.
it gets wrapped up in the net. The bird is
By
squawking,
George.
flapping.
Okay, wait. So the moment it hits, Bot turns to Rexford and raises his hand because he expects the high five celebration.
Oh, right away. Doesn't even hesitate.
Yeah. Hell yeah.
Yes. Haha.
Beautiful.
That was
Now
a
what?
beautiful shot, Brobot.
It's squawking.
Thank you.
And it squawk as it comes closer. Kumbo, you're like, oh, it does sound like a child. It sounds like a child's screech. The squawk.
Oh, like staring at its belly to see the shape of like a child's hand poking out. That thing.
No, you can't see it. You just see feathers. It doesn't look like it has a distended belly or anything like that. It just looks like every time it squawks, that's the sound that comes out of it.
Okay. Oh,
Go.
terrible.
You're the leader. Go over there and pet it. Soothe the avian beast.
Can I like pick up the net?
I'm gonna say as you approach it, you see it open its beak, and 6 tongues, for lack of a better word, kind of like lash out, and you see that they cut the net to ribbons, and it like falls around it, and it takes flight. And so you walk the 30 or so feet towards it, and you're in front of Rexford now. Rexford was standing where he was standing, 20 feet from it. So now you're up to it, and it floats again 20 feet back and keeps squawking at you.
Well, if that isn't a sign to follow it, I don't know what is.
Fine.
All right.
Vanu, are you
Can I
frozen?
make a nature check? See what kind of creature this is.
Yeah. You can.
If it's like natural in any way.
Yeah.
Well, that's a natural 1.
Fucking hell.
Nice.
Okay,
So
then.
you've never seen this bird, you've never heard of this bird, but somebody else can try and do a nature check if they want to, or an animal handling. Anybody's good at that?
We should kill it.
I'll try.
And you already used your boon, eh?
You did?
The boon.
We bring the
It's been
boom.
used, unfortunately.
bring the
It's such
Triple jump.
That's what. Oh fuck! That's an 8 for me.
Horrible.
I'm gonna say with an 8, you actually do recognize it. It's a local bird, and it's called a wrongbill. They call it a wrongbill.
A wrong bill.
RONGBILL.
Sounds like this guy's trying to get out of paying his bill.
Because this bill is wrong.
Do I know anything of the wrong bill, or I just know the
Just
name?
know- yeah, well, yeah. I'll say you know that it exists. It's a bird. It's a winter bird of prey, and it's got like this weird, like kind of like 4-part beak, and it's got those tongues that slash out. You weren't sure what it was at first, but
Yeah.
now that you're close to it, and honestly, the tongues gave it away.
The tongues have it.
Can I use my divine
So
sense?
you've only ever heard of it. You've never seen it before. You've only ever heard of it, and you've heard of it because of the weird beak and tongues.
Can I use my divine sense to see if it's good or evil?
It's an animal. It's a wild animal. It has like some sort of magical radiation, like every creature does, that has made it look like this. But it is just it's just a creature. It's different. It's like it doesn't have like its talons don't have like 3 claws like a normal bird. It's got like almost like 6 talons where it's like all the way around like one like 3 on each side basically.
Ugh, like a maw.
Mm-hmm.
It is a bird of prey. We should not follow it into the unknown.
Look at him. He's beautiful. Has anything beautiful ever led you astray?
Yes.
Yes.
Oh, not me.
We need to find out more about that too. That
Yeah,
you answered that so
yeah.
quickly.
I follow it.
Excuse me. Jesus.
Chin
Following the
up,
bird?
boys. Chin up.
Rexford starts to follow the bird.
Robot.
Huh? Sorry. Power saving melody now.
I love it.
From here on
I
out,
don't
Revenge.
respond after that. I just
Revenge.
walked into the forest.
you start talking to Robot for longer than like 10 seconds. Just goes to bed.
Yeah. You know, we could do so many things.
I love
Hello?
it. I honestly love that. That is revenge for Carl in a big way, and I love it. I hope that continues. I hope that's a running gag.
Oh, this
Okay,
is so good.
I just put it down as a note, so don't worry about it.
Oh,
Keep it going.
Session
yeah,
1.
Ruck-
Session 0. Session
Rexford's gone. He's following it.
Rex Fudd. And I chase after you. Not chase, just walk after you.
So who's gonna decide to go after?
So we should go together.
I
We
mean,
go together.
yeah, I suppose we have to. Ken has them
Huddle over.
traipsing off into the wilderness. They'll get lost.
So you follow it through. You guys eventually catch up to each other. It's staying just within your sight and squawking the whole way. You guys start to get closer to the mountains, and it stops squawking, but it's still leading you by like kind of like flying 20 feet, you know, and then like hopping around and then flying 20 feet. Until you come basically to like the foot of the mountain, and there's like these big like boulders, and you notice there's like a frozen pile, and it's like frantically scratching at the pile and pecking at it, frantically. This like snow-blown pile, and you can hear like it's covered in snow, but you can hear him like clack, clack, clack.
Oh.
Okay. very deliberately, Robot's just gonna fire a firebolt next to the bird at the snow.
Like the snow mound?
Yeah, I mean the bird is pecking snow, right? That's what you're saying?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, so
So-
fire is going to enter snow right now.
Beautiful. Okay, so beautiful. You shoot it out of your little cannon, your little arm cannon. The bird kind of like squawks frantically and flies away. It's kind of like reflexively lashing out with its little tongues. But it's kind of like circles above. It starts to circle where the thing is. As you blast all the snow away, this kind of like glacial boulder just appears.
So an ice boulder.
An ice boulder. That's right. It's like a small, like you can't see what's inside, but it's definitely like it doesn't look like there's like. It looks like there's something inside, but you can't really tell what. It's like.
Does
pale.
anybody have a club or a
You guys can roll me
boomerang?
perception.
Okay.
Do you not have some sort of drill arm?
Fucking
Roll
hell.
to 10.
Does anybody have a club or a
7.
boomerang? That's so
Oh, I have a boomerang! This is perfect!
Asking because they know they have.
Okay. So sorry. What? Can you give me this perception again?
7.
I did 10.
7, 10. Who else? Anybody else? No one.
To do what?
16.
A perception if you want to try and see like about this like
Oh, sure.
this ice formation.
I'm fine. Robots here.
14.
And that 1 plus 3, 4.
So 14 is our highest. So 14, yeah, you kind of see what I said earlier, which is just like there's like a mound of something pale in there. You're not sure what it could be. But this seems like a thick layer of ice that's formed around it.
Yeah, so Robot is going to shoot his little boomerang into his hand from like his like body.
It's like stored
He
like
will-
in your armpit or something.
Yeah, just kind of like slings into his arm. Or yeah. And he's like, shall I open this? Robot that's strong? I don't know. We'll try. We'll figure it out.
Well, you could try, absolutely.
Sure.
Okay. I will roll boomerang.
Roll boomerang.
Would that be a
It's a hit. So just roll your dex, but like don't even roll your dex. Just roll your damage.
so it is 1d4 plus 1. D4. A 2.
Oh wait, how much damage did your firebolt do as well?
Oh, I didn't roll it because
Just roll it now for me. I'll
7.
tell you this: your boomerang kind of like clacks off of it, and doesn't really even like leaves like a small chip. Okay, 7, perfect, cool. And yeah, you're unblemished from your firebolt before.
I am out of options.
I will try something. And I'll reach for my Sarasuko blade. Just a normal short sword. I summon forth my flames of vengeance. I'm gonna searing smite my blade and then like slowly kind of hit it.
Again with the Sarasuko stuff. Ugh. I don't know why you put so much faith in that company.
What's wrong with it?
They insist upon themselves.
Not now, Rexford.
Fine.
Yeah, you start to feel this affecting the ice for sure. More of the fire like against it. You can, but it will take a while.
I
you guys
think
could
it
just,
only
like-
really lasts an attack.
Okay. You can do it
yeah.
multiple times, I guess, right? Or is it there
Multiple
target?
spell slots
Mm,
that I don't want to use.
yes, that's fair. That's very fair.
So
Um,
I'll just do the one. I guess.
you definitely see. Well, give me your damage and separate them.
Yeah. 1 fire damage.
Oh gosh. Okay.
Oh my god! I rolled a 1 on both damage die.
Oh.
And 3 piercing.
Well, I could use a help action as a bonus action. Does that give like advantage or something? Well, what exactly?
I already can
The
hit
help-
it.
Yeah, if you don't need to help it. If you want to help him, you could attack it, I guess, or try and find a way to melt it, or break it, or do some, or create some sort of way to open it.
No.
How thick's this ice?
How would you be able to tell?
I don't know. Yeah, never mind. Yeah, how
Benu,
thick
you're
is-
a dragon. Use your breath. You don't have breath?
I have breath.
You can see it. It's
It
frosty.
is part liquid. It will freeze. It won't do much.
That's not breath, that's spit.
Spit.
You spit on me?
Oh, keep that track.
Like I
down
gleek,
low.
God, you.
Freezes before it has you think, just like knocks it off.
Why do we need to break this open now? We could bring it back as information, and they could send another platoon here to break it free.
Are you going to... we're going to let that thing follow us all the way back to town.
I mean,
Squawks from above you guys.
we could just deal with it. It could be lunch for tomorrow.
It could be.
Not that big. I don't know if it'd feed too many of us, to be honest.
Don't eat much.
Robot, what do you think?
And robot doesn't eat.
Robot, get out of your power saving.
Just checking to see if I'm power saving. That's rude.
There's no flashing light. You're good.
The light slowly dims, and you know.
Amazing.
I really don't remember the options. Not gonna lie. Sorry. Shai was tabbed out. I'm checking my PC for things.
Okay.
Robot
It
doesn't
seems
know
desperate to get whatever's inside this ice thing. But if none of us can actually get the ice thing to break, well, I don't think it's worth... Oh, we should find something that could break it. So
Even
potentially
better.
going back to find something that could break it.
But will the bird follow us back?
What if it does? So,
Maybe we just kill it.
why would you
Just I
kill
would say.
something that doesn't deserve it?
Yes. I'm
Who
with
does not
Ura,
deserve it?
It's a defenseless bird.
and it
What's
looks
done to you?
clearly distressed.
Did you not see its tongues that lashed out, ripped through a net, and flew away? It has it is here on its own. If it wants to bother us, I will kill it.
But it is not bothering, it's asking for your aid.
It is not asking. It is lashing tongues out at me and crying like a baby.
It lashed the tongues out at a net that captured it through, well, no provocation.
Ura, I do not want to help this thing anymore.
But what if there's somebody trapped in there?
They
Does
are likely
anything
dead.
point?
Oh wait, that's a good idea.
I know,
Actually,
you know, you know. I'm right.
wait. Now I'm getting ideas. And
think first I'm just
So-
going to cast a little detect magic to see what we're looking at here.
You detect magic, but you immediately detect life within the ice, and it's like magical in nature. But kind of like all life is. Like it has radiant magic. Um, but you know that it's in there.
Okay.
There's magic in there. But what type is it? It's, I guess it's kind of like, I don't know. I don't know.
You might be right. There is some presence inside of it.
See? Listen, if anything I've learned is we've all been in a tight spot. And imagined if one of us walked away while the other ones were trapped in that hellscape. Doesn't feel good now, does it? Right. Who knows? Maybe it will be another tenant. Or our first tenant. Never mind, I'm getting ahead of myself. Ideas? Should I just punch it? No, what? I'm just going to punch it. No, that's a bad idea.
I mean,
I have more fire.
Oh,
two, technically.
fire away.
How long will we be?
So, if you
Fire.
guys concentrated, if you guys decided to concentrate on trying to break through this thing, I'm going to say that you guys can do it within an hour with all of your fire and all of your might and all of your combined efforts and brains. Within an hour, you guys will be able to make it through. The whole is that what you want to do?
Well, did Chris tell me specifically about anything that happened here with somebody being buried under the
Chris?
ice? Yeah.
Well, why would you have spoken to her?
You know why I would have spoken to Chris.
Oh, okay.
Sure, okay.
No.
That
You'll have to-
20 I gave you.
Bribery.
Oh. We'll talk.
We have a little special connection.
We'll
I
talk.
want to say to that.
Oh,
We'll talk. Something you wouldn't
how
share.
special.
But yeah, I mean, I'm
No, we'll
thinking
talk.
of it first as a player, and I'm wondering
No.
if Koopa
You would
does
not
it
have.
first.
You would not have heard about that. Nobody's heard. About that. That's something that we don't. People don't talk.
So
It's
then,
kept within the family.
Also, other side of the lake.
Yeah, other side of the lake, exactly. You see, it's where that little X is on the other side. We're near the mountains.
Skull and crossbones.
This guy's thought of everything.
Yeah, but yeah. So as you guys kind of like chip, finally melting and cracking and melting and cracking, and working together to pry this ice open and melt it to a point where you can break it. You find like a little kind of like hollow cavity, and like steam erupts from the hollow cavity actually as you guys kind of like open it. And you pull it open, and it reveals a grouping of little like eggs the size of, I want to say, the size of this beautiful mason jar. Yeah, like a nice like grouping of eggs, and they're pale, but they have, and you would have been able to see kind of like glowing red as you got closer and closer, and you got through more and more of the ice layer. They've got like these kind of like red streaks, kind of like glowing red streaks. And as you kind of open it, and once the steam billows, the bird is going to kind of like land right on top of them. I'm going to scoop one up in its big, grippy little paws and fly away with it.
Wait, with one of them?
Yeah.
Either it really liked that egg and it was its favorite, or we just uncovered its dinner.
Yes.
Yes.
But maybe that means the rest of these eggs can be our dinner.
I should, or it's babies. It's babies. It's coming back for more. I don't trust any of this.
We can take them back with us. There's quite a bit of magic in them.
If you want.
I go, how much magic?
A decent amount.
There's a
We could
pile of
sell
them too.
it.
So there's like
Make them
19 of these eggs.
It's a lot.
19.
Yeah.
I think we should take all of the eggs, for safekeeping. Out here in the elements, they're not going to do so well. They were trapped. We could incubate them, make sure they do well. Good Samaritans like us.
It's gonna walk toward the pile of 19 eggs and scoop them up, I guess.
Well, Brobot agrees.
Where are you going to put them?
I'm just gonna hold them.
Portal?
You cannot hold 19 eggs.
What if he holds them in his tum-tum, like all happy?
I don't know. I don't think
it
you
gonna
can hold
store
19 eggs that are like
Torso compartment?
that are like this big. I don't think you're like a humanoid. Kind of.
Oh,
Yeah,
I
Yeah.
have a
have-
backpack and
bags.
my arms. I can hold
Yeah, he does
3.
have.
the net would have been great right now.
The holes would be too big.
I can put them in my little box.
How many bone men
Coffin
could you
of holding.
make, Skeleton. You summon some up, carry some eggs.
Not here.
What, you don't have any
You offering
have
your
rope.
own
their
bones?
bones? No,
No, I did not bring bones with me.
well, what's the point of making...
It's a scouting mission. I didn't think we would be bringing things back.
What better to scout than with bones? I don't understand you sometimes. You talk about the bones, then you never use them for the scouting missions. Yeah.
Much too valuable.
Well, when you put it like that, I understand. All right, I scoop up as many as I can to carry.
Beautiful. Okay, so I'll say that each of you can carry. Let's say each of you have like some sort of bag or like carrying capacity.
Backpack.
I mean, Venu, you can put all of them in your little crypt of holding, in your little coffin of holding.
Yeah.
So like you can put as many as you want, but it'll take you some time to put them in there. So is that what you're gonna do? You're gonna put them all?
Yeah, I won't stop other people from picking up eggs also,
Okay.
but I'll just like
Okay.
I'll put
So
a few in.
everybody, if you have a bag, you can put 3 eggs in your bag, and you can hold like 2 eggs, if that's what you want.
I'll hold 2.
So
No eggs for me.
no eggs.
I mean,
2.
if Venuferoth can take all of them, you'd be like, okay, well, I'll keep my hands free in case we need to protect something.
So Venu. So who is grabbing eggs though?
I'll take 2.
And Robot, is Robot grabbing any eggs?
But we'll be grabbing eggs, yes.
How many eggs are you gonna be grabbing? You have a bag as well, I'll say, like a little like satchel.
I think Robot will fill his bag with the 3 and
So
not
3?
carry anything.
Okay. So 3, and so then 3, 2, that's 5, and you have the other 14. So Kumbo and roll me perception checks.
Okie doke. Oh, dirty 20.
Ooh. 1.
Then Kumbo,
5.
you feel nothing, and Ura, you feel a trembling in the ground beneath you.
Like close by, or like how intense is this?
It's starting soft, but as they're kind of like putting the eggs in the basket, it's getting rapidly stronger and stronger.
I think something's coming this way underground. it might be whatever has laid these eggs. We need to get out of here.
Great.
Don't gotta tell me twice.
Run!
Let's go.
Or
And as you
Brahman,
hustle
get us out
put
of
all
here.
these away, the mountain side that's kind of closest to you will explode as two giant worms with maws that could swallow a horse. They and like molten streaks running through their carapace. That's a deep brown, in contrast with the white, snow-covered hills behind them. With kind of like molten venom dripping from their maws. They face you as you kind of turn to leave, and that's where we're going to end this little kind of like flashback to the past, a little kind of like team building workshop, which everybody did amazing at. That was beautiful. Yeah, so we could spend the next 30 minutes just talking about maybe like our hopes for the next season and like
Hope we survive our flashback.
other ways.
Yeah.
We will, and one
How
day,
did we
we'll
survive
play it.
that?
One day we'll
Yeah.
play it. One day we'll play it.
Yo, that's
One day
cool.
we'll play it.
Hmm.
One day we'll play it. And I gotta be honest, the Raptor's with you guys for life now.
What?
And like, depending on what you do with the eggs, like you get away, like you're gonna get away. I'm gonna say with all the eggs in the coffin, you get away with, and all the eggs in the bag. Any eggs that were in your hands, nobody gets away with.
I got egg on me.
Yeah, you guys got the wrong Bill. He follows you around. He's just kind of like, whether you accept him or not, he's kind of gonna be around, and you can try and kill him if you want.
You must name the wrong bill. Got it.
It's going to be very much a part of the construction of the complex. He's going to have a little hammer. He's going to
Yeah, and so this is so you guys were kind of like living in community living together up until you got that permit, which you were working hard towards and working with the company to get. Yeah, 100%. And do I need to explain anything to you, Shine? Because I kind of did a whole recap of last season and how that has impacted us now. But I think I've mostly explained that to you. Do you feel up to date, or do you feel a little lost about anything?
I do have a recap. I think I have notes on a recap, actually. But I'm sure there will be things that I will try to read and catch up on. So,
well, do you want to like? Is there any of these notes that you want to like list, then I can like fill in the gaps? We don't have to do it now.
let's see. Now I'm going to sit here quietly and read. That feels weird.
Alright, well, do you have any expectations of us, Bernie, in this campaign?
Do you want to just?
No.
You can give.
No, if tonight was any kind of like indication of how the rest of this season is gonna go, I'm so excited. We're gonna have so much fun. It's gonna be great. Like you guys are awesome. Like I didn't even plan anything for that. It was amazing. We just went like completely off the cuff for like all I know is I wanted you guys to roleplay your characters a little bit. If we had like I wanted to like just kind of like get the vibe once we had discussed all of our backstories together, so that we can like then just have a turn interacting, and you guys like ran with it like I fucking knew you would, and it was amazing. So I love it. I love you. It was amazing. Let's do it again.
You better.
Break. That was great. Real status
yeah.
though, the
Feel
fact that your
proud.
names are so
Fun.
difficult to pronounce.
What do you
Like-
mean? What?
Ura,
As
So easy.
Rexford, Venu,
Venu? Aditya Kumbo.
Adeteo.
Hold on.
People like gearing up.
This is how you can pronounce it, like a robot. Hold on.
Oh, like an actual.
Did you just fucking you just had it text to speech for you?
That
was so quick.
Yeah, it says it so fast. Ready?
Combo.
Oh,
Hey.
Why did it say it like that?
There you go. You can literally say anything and it would work.
There you go.
It is I, Adedakamba. Smashing.
Smashing.
Do you have any goals for your characters, like going forward? Things that you kind of like want to accomplish? That maybe even things like, what are some things that you guys have never done in a D&D campaign that you always wanted to do? Which is hard, I know, because we've been playing D&D together since we were like fucking.
I feel like it's hard to top jumping out of a building and having a sky battle and then crashing a ship into the main streets.
Yeah, but you don't wish for that. That just
I
happens.
don't know. I gotta...
Yeah, now you wish for it, but like
Okay, well then
before
let
that,
the goal be to top.
I
I
forgot.
Is Mr. 500 still in the city? Did he survive? Did Mr. 500 survive?
He like got away.
Mr. 500 got away. You guys dumped him in Mal's realm, which served him unbeknownst to y'all. So he is still alive. Mr. 500. Mr. 500, he out there. He would have been hunted for y'all.
Is alive.
Pippity boy.
Where'd you get that boomerang, Brobot?
My armpit.
Armpit boomerangs. It's got like, it comes on like a little line, like a little.
It's just the elbow bone.
Yeah. It's like it's like a piece of the body.
Actually amazing.
Returns right back to.
If that's okay with Shy, of course.
Yeah, of course.
Does that make sense? Would that make sense to you?
It does make sense. I think it does. It's just like an internal thing, and it has to
like
collapse.
I want
and
most
then
of
come
your
back in.
items to be like that. You know what I mean? Like
That's exactly what I'm. Yeah.
Beautiful. It's amazing. We're on the same way.
Yeah, I'm happy with that. And then crossbow bolts, dagger, rapier, all those things. I'm really excited to whip out some random tools, and it's like he just like detaches his finger, right? And like that's it.
Yeah, exactly.
Go gadget.
Beautiful. Like your sword could even be like in the other arm, like it could be like the hilt is a bone, like a bone thing in your forearm, and you pull it out.
Or just pull out the femur kind of thing,
yeah, exactly.
like from the legs.
Exactly.
Like,
Always the femur.
Yeah, exactly.
I was thinking for the sword, like not that your wrist is a bone, but like that cross section would then be the hilt. You just lift it.
Oh shit! There have been many a sword that have like been fashioned from like the arm bone with the hand as a hilt.
Yeah.
So
absolutely.
Perfect.
It's pretty baller. And it didn't even call her.
What's your build, Brobot? Are you like vicious V, wide chest, small waist, like heroic bodybuilding build? Are you just like flat curved?
Flat curved?
I do.
Yeah.
I do have. You're damn right, I got curved. No, I think I did put in, or I did show a Brobot photo once, like the hero forge.
Yeah,
but the limitations of the hero forge.
So I think he's I do want to say he's very like isn't iRobot with
I don't know if you want to talk about that, Peter, but have you gotten anywhere with them drugs? I know
I have.
We were talking about Brobot too. Like I remember that it was fucking sick.
My Brobot.
Yeah, well, it's supposed to look like Portal, right? Like the Portal robots.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, do you like your minifig had 2 eyes, but what if you had 1 eye?
I think that's what I was showing you guys, because you can't give it 1 eye, because you can have a Cyclops head, but you can't make it a robotic eye. So ideally, yes, it would be a 1 eye situation. But I'm thinking like functionality, I think it would work like an iRobot, but
Ooh.
with
Okay.
portal like aesthetics.
Nice.
if
Yeah.
that makes sense.
I feel like a bipedal, but yeah, that's
Like all that the skin-ish part of the iRobot is actually the portal robot, like
Like the portal, the
metal bit.
plastic or metal, whatever it is, like that coverage.
That's
Yeah,
fine.
real question
like,
of the eye.
When the
A
portal
bell
turret
of
gets
the-
activated, like you know how it like, I don't know, pushes its shell out a bit. That's kind of like when he like loads the net into his arm. It like pops out and he just kind of like boop 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 boop, and then it like shuts back down.
Oh man.
It's very robotic that you put in the beep bop boop beep bop boop. If you didn't
They
see the
got
episode
it.
of SpongeBob,
It's
you know
absolutely
beep bop boop.
necessary.
Absolutely.
I have to.
Is the one eye blue or orange?
That is a great question that I haven't decided. So
Does it
Could
be
change
both.
depending on mood? Yeah.
Could be like
yeah,
two
I mean
rings
it can
of color.
change. Like depending on, or even like on functionality too, right? If it's like
Power saving mode.
Oh, look, it goes orange.
I
looks-
just
it's
think your
obviously
eyes are
nighttime is
'cause it's
orange.
just
Yeah,
power saver
night
mode.
mode.
Okay.
Yeah, it's just what you
Oh
look like.
shit! Your
Yeah.
dark vision.
That's pretty cool.
I love him so much. I love you, robot.
Okay, I have a question though. Does Brobot have a soul? This is important information.
I think with the way
Um,
that. Okay, yeah, go ahead. Please be God, because I don't want to answer the question.
Robot is a mystery to you.
Okay.
Okay.
Whoa.
So unconfirmed.
Robot, yeah.
Yeah,
you
well, I
can't-
wanna-
Writing that in my notes. Brobot has Schrodinger's soul.
Oh,
Very nice.
God. Oh, you don't have dark vision. Damn it.
I do not have dark vision.
It's okay. I can give everyone dark vision.
Dark
How?
Super dark vision.
Dark day.
Yeah. What are you doing to our eyes?
Enhancing.
You see.
So yeah, any other kind of like expectations or like yeah. What do you yeah.
I'm expecting champs.
Yeah, I'm so
We're
excited
gonna
just to be in champs.
kill-
Like,
You know, we're gonna kill Mal, right? Obviously, and then
I want to see how long I can go without attacking anything. That's my goal.
Oh yes, dude. Please.
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
Amazing.
might go bad real fast.
If you find folk, what do I need to attack anything for?
Oh, and the your guys talking about the permit for the property, like your guys individual. We could talk about now about how they're decorated. Like you guys have your individual spots.
Oh,
Yeah.
Yeah, you said there are 6 trees. Each tree has 4 apartments.
Yeah, and we could even talk about your neighbors. You know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
One of them does have the old hag in it. She does have a wall of bees, so that might be a little annoying. One of them has the milkman in it, so take that with what you will.
The milkman. You said.
Yes, the milkman. Yeah.
Milkman.
And
I know the muffin man, but the milkman.
yeah, you want to know the milkman. And the other one has
I'm the
Bronk.
man who brings milk to man.
Like the mailman brings mail to man.
And if anyone's offended by the milk, ooh.
Just one apartment with like 10 Ben Schwartz characters in it.
Amazing. We cannot.
They all live in a muffin. Come on.
Like,
I got
there's only so much we can
French on
cover.
that'll drive you wild. Amazing. So fucking good.
But I actually wanted to tell you, I have no more basement anymore for all intents and
Yeah.
purposes, right?
What do you mean?
Because that's where Venu was going to be. Venu.
You can have a basement. It's just like a fucking dugout.
There's a
like
little
cavern
bunker.
with- with the roots. Each tree could have their own like basement where the roots kind of like have enveloped.
I think a communal basement to be nice, where they all group up
Connect.
together. Yeah.
So,
Wait,
yeah.
where's the continental breakfast?
Oh, that's in the lobby next to the
In the
pool.
basement.
Yeah.
Pool.
But there's like no like next to the pool. Next to the pool, there can be we can like
Like a
build,
little
like,
side stump.
In the lobby?
exactly a little
Attached
side.
It's out of order though. It's out
Yeah,
of
the
order.
pool is out of order. Do you guys never swimming in it? It freezes over. I told you swim in it, it'll warm it up. But
Oh, it's
no.
an outdoor swimming pool.
Yes.
No, it's in the lobby, actually.
Next.
Put a roof over
The
it. I'll take you.
continental
Some.
breakfast.
I'll take it. I'll take it.
You'll
It's
take it.
This is new room. Just fix the pool. I'll take it. What?
Takes all the water into his little coffin.
See,
That's the supplies the laundry, the pool water.
it's amazing.
Yeah. Gets
Yes,
recycled.
if you need laundry done, just speak with me.
Did you sometimes see like skeletons and stuff like cleaning the windows? And stuff?
They'll be wearing like
Just
people's
the ghouls.
clothes from the laundry.
That's funny. That's
They're
No.
drying, okay? They're drying on the skeletons, all right.
It's
Yeah.
amazing.
They each have like the outfits for like their appropriate jobs, like window washers and
I imagine your basement room looks like which is creepy that you have access to like all the other routes, like to the other system.
Oh yeah.
But like you like live in the center of this and you're just like there like with your sparse room, I imagine.
Mm.
Like
Very
what-
low
well,
ceiling.
describe your residence.
So I'm basically just living in the laundry room. And there's like a
It's
little
amazing.
corner that has like my bed in it, and then the rest of it is like mostly laboratory. And then there's like one little
Okay.
table where like the skeletons will fold all the laundry and like the laundry, like wash basin that they use.
There can be let's say there's like actually like stuff that Rexford got from the old world. You actually have like 4 washer dryer machines that are like magical in nature.
Oh shit.
They look like washer
Okay,
they're
sweet.
like artifacts that were refurbished and made magical so that they still work as they did. But they're it's like a you have so basically there's a 4 stack like a washer on top. Actually,
Yeah.
the other way around. Dryer on top. Washer on top.
Egg
Do you
powered.
use them though, Fanu?
Well, not me. The skeletons.
You can
use
wash
them.
that.
There's
Just the
also
wash basin.
like a table and a tub.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a table and like a tub. That you can use.
It's beautiful.
All built out of like roots that like come out of the walls and stuff like that, kind of like shaped to make these appliances.
You might find like a
Well
pinky
done.
bone in your laundry when it's returned to you.
Oh, that's a little tip.
That's
Yeah,
free
it is,
money.
it is.
yeah.
That is free money.
Giving it away. I do. Cool.
Yeah, what about the rest of you guys? Any
Uro,
requests?
what's your room look like? What's your building like?
Honestly,
You can also decorate the
Ura's-
outside of it too, right?
And Ura's room is the basic package. Like literally, like the bare minimum. If there is no bed in like the room already, it's just like a rollout like bed. Like sleeps on the floor
Bedroll.
basically. There's no bed for him, nothing.
Okay.
Like the pure base minimum that would be in the apartment already is what he had. He has not brought anything in. So he's like moving from barrack to barrack. He's like, this is not going to be permanent, and it's been like 4 years since.
Amazing.
The perfect tenant.
So like an empty fridge all the time. Yeah, one plate.
Yeah, he always eats the mess hall of the barracks
Okay.
or the continental breakfast. He's actually on time for the continental breakfasts.
Every time.
Perfect tenant.
Amazing. Okay. Do you have like a weapons rack for your armor and your weapons and stuff? Do you have pictures
the
of
thing,
your
he doesn't-
family?
He doesn't really have a weapons rack. He has the sheath.
Okay, and you just put it on the ground. You just put all your stuff on the floor.
Yeah, it's super close to him, so that if ever needs to like actually get up and do something quickly,
Yeah.
it's all within reach, like arm's
Yeah,
reach.
yeah. And like, do you have like one set of clothes?
He has his like uniform, and he has like his casual
Okay.
stuff. That's like one pile and another pile.
Okay. Understood. Understood. Two piles of clothes in the room. Understood. Super smart.
Yeah.
Table? Do you have a table to eat at, or just a vegetable?
He doesn't eat it in his room. He goes out to the mess hall or
Right.
to the continental
So no
breakfast.
table. No table. No
Okay.
chair.
The chair is the bed on the floor.
Understood.
Hey, no
Literally
gaming chair.
nothing. Okay.
The
Perfect.
room itself is there for like sleeping purposes, and that's it.
You have a balcony. Is it untouched?
He doesn't even know he has a balcony.
Understood. What is your life?
It is. He's always out. He's always out. Actually,
What is your life?
he doesn't spend time at the apartment complex.
Okay.
God
Out
asking you
in
that.
pool or
I wanna know.
doing
I wanna know.
patrols or on missions.
Okay, so you're like, so that's what I want to know. You're like, you're work driven. You're like, I'm. Okay, I know.
He's like always on the grind, or like at like in the apartment he sleeps. That is the purpose of his sleeping, or like sending
You're a
his
career man.
uniform to
What
be
does
washed.
Ura do to unwind?
Honestly, his unwinding is like combat. When he actually gets to like unwind and he actually gets to like let loose.
Okay, understood. So sparring
This is
is like often the best thing you can do.
Yeah, if he goes to like the training hall to like really like get a good sweat in.
Okay, man. All right. I guess Okumbo.
The opposite of Ura, the worst tenant to have as a landlord. I've torn down walls. I've dug a hole in the middle of the living area to build a fire that's constantly burning. I've taken the door off more times than you can keep count of. There's a weapons rack. There's a meditation area. I wash my own clothes and I hang them on the balcony, and then they freeze. So then I have to bring them in next to the fire. Kind of the
Plants?
same as.
Do you have any plants?
Oh, if I would have seen a plant that can like survive in my apartment, because it's hot. Yeah, some plants.
I feel like you'd live in the same building as Bronk. He wouldn't care.
Who's Bronk?
Bronk Hines.
Oh, Bronk Hines.
Yeah.
Yeah, put him with the bees too.
That's another building.
Yeah.
Don't put him with the bees. I eat in like the mess hall too, and the continental breakfast. So there's not much food. There's like stuff if anyone comes over, like some tea and some crackers or some sugar cookies, gingerbread, you know. But not much for food. It's for function and for unwinding. Like I meditate a lot, in the sweat and heat of the fire. So, but there's no door, so you can come in whenever you want. Come on by.
Piss.
There's supposed to be a door.
Oh, absolutely.
And snow gets
if you serve me papers, I use it as fuel for the fire. Yeah.
Understood. This means nothing. And you just
I pay for this place. I could do what I want with it. Your paper means nothing to me.
Rexford's just like trying to build like a little chimney that like leads the smoke.
That's why I leave the door open so the smoke can go.
I've actually built like a little furnace in the apartment above, so it just seems like it's supposed to be natural. It's like it's always burning. Look,
that's so
amazing.
smart.
So he's like you're like a middle apartment or your first floor, like where?
Yeah.
Yo, middle apartment, please. Why is the ceiling so hot?
Person's always sweating.
A little sweat lodge. And I guess I sleep on like the floor on some comfortable mats or cots or whatever. And like the seating is
like a
low to the
roll-out bed,
ground.
kind of.
Yeah.
A bedroom. Sure. Cushion seating, boofs, of sorts.
I like that.
Yes, sir.
Don't like
Alright.
the whole door business, but I like that.
Rexford, where do you live?
Yeah, fucker. Where
Honestly,
do you
I've been thinking about that a lot, and I feel like you wouldn't
That's
like.
my friend.
You don't even live in this.
Yeah, I wouldn't even. He wouldn't even like give himself a place to live.
I didn't.
You know, like
So here's what I could say. Here's what I could say. Let's make there be, like you said, a stump next to the pool. I don't know if this is gonna screw up Anna's whole thing. Right?
no, we already planned this. We already planned.
Okay.
Yeah.
But like where the continental breakfast is, right? Like,
Yeah.
what if that has like your office and like your rooms?
Yeah, well,
Like,
I was
maybe, like
Yeah, I was thinking
Okay.
even just an office. Like I'll just sleep in there, and I'll come and
Okay.
sit at the concierge desk sometimes. I'm mostly like
Uh-huh.
working out, doing charities, trying to give back, or working at my volunteer, not volunteer. I'm really just trying to give back. You know,
right.
not doing anything shady at all.
All you
No.
used to be.
Yes, he used to be a piece of shit.
Used to.
Because that mane would look real good slicked back.
It's pushback. Okay.
But
It's-
but like, so you wouldn't want like an apartment like above the continental breakfast area?
No, that's too much. It's too much. This needs to be fair. Everything needs to be put back into the tenants. You know, I'm not a man
So-
after money.
So where?
What's your motto again?
Fair is fair.
That's so good.
So where do you live, and what does it look like?
I guess it's like out of the office. You know, like I don't really live anywhere.
Oh, you're just a bum in your office.
I'm not a bum. I'm supplying places for people to live. I don't need like a whole house.
I love
I'm
it.
here to
No, I love it.
service. You know.
You live in your office. You just like sleep in your under your desk or something.
Yeah. You know, sometimes sleep on
Insane.
top of it. Sometimes in the chair.
That's insane.
He's a man who's been hurt. You know,
Okay.
Brobot.
So what about Brobot? Does Brobot have his own apartment?
I don't think Robot would have his own apartment. I was thinking of this the whole time. I'm just like, who would Robot bunk with? And bunk by bunk, literally just stand in a corner and go into power saving mode and be completely, you know what I mean? Just like for 6 hours, just like
Robot
The corner of
no
the office,
worldly
like the
possessions.
broom closet.
Call like a wall charger. And just like plug
I.
in. Like a Dyson.
Downstairs.
You can sabotage Robot by unplugging him in the middle of the night.
No, Robot does not need
I know.
Plug-in charge.
does not need.
It's really funny though.
They put one just to make you feel at home.
That power saving mode is all a lie to ignore. You guys. It's all bullshit.
Well, I scrolled into my feeds, and where is it? My feetsies.
Robot.
One of them basically states that for 6 hours, Robot is is conscious but non-moving. So it's really technically power saving mode. Where is
Yeah,
it?
it's your sleep. That's sleep.
Yeah.
That makes sense. Yeah, that's fine.
It's asleep. But yeah, so but I imagine it's just like his little eye pulses. But no, I don't think he has any, or if he does, there's not many like worldly possessions. Anything that he has that's significant to him would be on his person or part of his person.
Cool. Yeah. So you could just, I guess you could just be in the Continental Breakfast Hall or in part of the basement. Maybe you have like a little there's a broom closet somewhere that you could just kind of like go and stand in.
I guess if he's trying to hide, yeah, but like I don't know if he would really try to hide all that much.
Okay, then you just,
He wouldn't need
wherever
any
you
privacy.
wherever you
Peter
got
will
tired,
please.
wherever you got tired, you're like, okay, I'll shut it down now.
I feel like because Brobot's been there all the time, there'd be like a series of little like bro closets. You know?
Bro closets.
You just do your robot things in there. No one quite knows.
They
There's
work like
one
the
in
Scooby-Doo
every
doors?
building, or at least every floor.
I mean, you do like have tools and stuff, right? That's like
Yeah,
built in. Do you have like a workshop?
I think yeah, because as an artificer, he's gotta have, or does he just utilize whatever's around him?
Yeah, well, I'm sure you would, but
I'm
would
sure,
that something
yeah.
you want to have is like a workshop area? Like that is something that we could build in the basement area in under one of the buildings, or like that's something
Yeah,
we
because
can
I
think
have
about.
infusions I should like to do. Yeah. Robot needs a place to do robot beep bop boops. Let me write that down. Robot needs a lab.
Maybe there's like a little kind of like garage section of the basement that has like a way to come out so people can store their vehicles, and down there's your workshop. Does that sound cool? Like a little garage for a robot.
Like a little secondary, yeah.
Yeah.
Watch all the people come and go, and he's just there tinkering along.
Yeah, people can be going to take their vehicles, and then sometimes maybe Rexford's like, hey, this needs to be fixed. Can you repair that? And then you do fix that for them. Something like that. That could be
This
cool.
guy's sipping
like
from
that.
a comically small mug.
This is a regular sized mug, sir. You have to savor the tea. That's coffee vial stuff.
Well, guys, I don't know. I think that was a pretty successful session 0 and a pretty successful little roleplay heavy sesh, and I really appreciate you guys coming out and welcoming me back to the DM seat with such a warm embrace. And I guess we can end it here tonight, and just say that you can catch us on like all of our freaking socials and stuff, like X and I guess here on Twitch, and old episodes on YouTube, and we're on Instagram, and are we on TikTok? Do we do that?
Hell yeah.
As well.
We do.
Threads, I guess. What did I miss any of them?
You're pretty good. No, you got him.
Those are the big
Sounds
ones.
good to me.
Tune in next week on Tuesday for Aglarond. And tune in on Thursday for more of us doing this, except we will be 4 years in the future. We'll be in the present era of the campaign, and we will start the real stuff.
Episode 1!
We have all of our balls, and we're in it together. I'm very excited. You guys are great tonight. But you're trash. Okay?
Deal with it.
Hexagon!
Bye bye.
Bye bye.
Have a good one.